Hi, thank you so much for coming and learning about the BenQ educational panel. My name is Norma Olson and I'm from BenQ, and I will be talking about teaching in ways that you can never imagine using your digital whiteboard. So with the digital whiteboard, I'm going to just show you some ways that you could enhance your digital whiteboard, and then I'm going to show you those techniques. So let's take a look. First and foremost, digital whiteboards are great for collaboration. When you think about students working in group works and even globally and connecting classrooms. And so with our digital whiteboard, we have team posts and some other widgets to make it seamlessly, and I'll show you that here in a few moments. Another way is collaboration, getting that feedback that you need on demand when you need it. And so in our digital whiteboard, we have a collaboration piece that is really key, and to get that immediate feedback and share work easily through our whiteboard. Also, we have a lot of different communication tools, which are really key because our languages are very different out there. We have languages in Spanish and lots of other languages, and then writing and communicating effectively on the whiteboard is something we do very well. Some other things is a whiteboard needs to have learning paths. And so during your LMSs or some other deliveries of resources, you need a whiteboard that's going to be able to capture that data and be able to seamlessly push it to an LMS very quickly. And that's that personal learning path. And of course, the interactive learning, which you're going to see very quickly how our whiteboards do that very well. All right, so when you think about students, they need to have that individual path, and being able to narrow what works for one particular person might be different for another one. And so again, through templates and being able to capture that data through our recording feature and be able to share that quickly. And then of course, accessible learning materials. You need resources that are integrated in your whiteboard, like rulers and compass and beyond demand, so that way you can quickly be able to use those tools on the digital whiteboard. Of course, integration. I mean, what would we do without our integration piece? We need to seamlessly be able to integrate any kind of content from my Google Drive or my Microsoft side of the house and be able to integrate that very quickly to our digital whiteboard. And plus, you got to think that digital whiteboard needs to be across curricular. So it needs to be able to go into Google Classroom or an LMS very seamlessly. Or some other things about integration is really that tech skill development. And so when you look at that tech skills, we are developing digital literacy. And so with an interactive whiteboard, you need to be able to easily be able to convert that text to another language or to be able to read it on demand. And then streamlining assessment, you need a digital whiteboard that's going to be able to work with apps seamlessly to be able to get that assessment piece integrated. All right, so some takeaways before I do our demo today. You need to streamline your collaboration in any whiteboard. So that's really key, and our BenQ does that very well. You need to personalize learning lessons, streamline the education so that way it's seamless, and technology is just there to make it seamless, and then be able to use our digital whiteboard to see all these functions. So let's take a look. In our whiteboard is integrated with Google certification, which will allow us to bring in the app that they need for the instructional purposes. Today, we're going to focus on the digital whiteboard. In our digital whiteboard, very seamlessly, you can do collaboration and bring in those students on their Chromebook or any device. Through Google Classroom, you can share the link, or you can start the whiteboard right here. That allows that collaboration, so that way you can be able to have those students get on your whiteboard and participate seamlessly. Then you remember how I talked about communication? That's really key. So I'm going to write that word hello and be able to select that. And then you'll notice that easily I can convert that into a font quickly and on demand. Okay. All right, so seamlessly I'm able to click and be able to get that font and a beautiful handwriting. You need to be able to duplicate this. And if I quickly duplicate, and now I have two, because I told you it's all about the communication. So by simply duplicating that, I'm able to translate that into that language. So one of the other key things that you can do is it's text to speech, which is very key, and it will read that to them. And some of your students need to have that key. All right, we have lots of different resources, but I'm going to keep it to being able to upload images and PDFs up to the board. So when you think about bringing in a file, again, through a great integration with Google, you're able to get your files onto the board very quickly. Other things is lots of teacher resources. And remember, we talked about that we need those resources on demand for those students. So let's just take a look at our teen posts. Remember, you need to have those practice items to be able to come up. So we're going to start here with our teen post. I'm going to stick with the math today, and then I'm going to easily do a question and answer. So I'm going to do 2 + 2 equals and set. Now I can have 3 students come up and be able to use the board effectively, and 3 different colors and erase as well. I can also make that a widget. Remember, I mentioned that the digital whiteboard needs to be on demand, especially through instructions. So you need to be able to have that widget available at any time when I have those few seconds and I need to do a summary or a retest or an assessment on the students. Also, those tools need to be, again, widgets. So I need to be able to have that measuring tool here out on my board very quickly to be able to use that on any kind of example. And a digital whiteboard, having these type of tools can make it engaging, collaborative, and personal. All right, so the last thing is to make for sure that on any digital whiteboard that you're able to use different types of apps. So again, you need to be able to have those different types of instructional apps to be able to utilize those on your board where you can capture that data as well. All right, so if we go back to our slides, and I'm going to open that presentation. So just to review what we mentioned here at the end is your takeaways. Were you able to see some collaboration in that whiteboard and that where students could jump on and be able to do that? We did some personalized lessons, being able to open some easy write or develop lessons for individuals or groups of students, and that integration that I was able to integrate it seamlessly within the BenQ board to make it just, again, the technology is just what's delivering it. The content that you are delivering is what's key.